Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Moving the Magnets for the Fremantle versus Collingwood matchup tomorrow night in Perth. Massive clash. We've spoken at length about it. Heaps of healthy discussions around players and sort of what we're hoping for going into the game tomorrow. I'm actually just looking at the VFL, not the VFL, and not the Twitter. I'm looking at X, and I'm just looking at a tweet right now from Josh Gabelick. Charlie West will have to wait another week to make his debut for Collingwood. Travelled to Perth, but Craig McRae has opted to hold him back after a foot issue last weekend. So, we put that hope back into our bags and we take that back to Melbourne, and perhaps he will make his debut against Adelaide at the G against, I assume he follows either Port Adelaide or Adelaide, being from Adelaide, from South Australia. So maybe that is the storyline that we crave, rather than seeing Charlie West debut in Perth. I know Manny will certainly be rapt to hear that he'll probably end up debuting in Victoria against his hometown clubs. So, g'day Manny if you're in here. Steve-O, sup champs, a little scared about Thursday night. No team has won a game off a 5-day break yet, but come on, we're Collingwood. Surely we're Collingwood will get the W. I did see that little stat regarding the clubs this year unable to back up a win after a 5-day break. But we are Collingwood. We are the most experienced side, so we probably have the best tools in our toolbox to scrounge out a win. I think we saw somewhere that we're not even favourites, which is unusual. It's funny though, in years gone by, when you see Scott Pendlebury out, mate, it's sound the alarm. Like, people just lose their mind. You're like, yeah, just may as well pencil in the loss. It's like if Nick Dacos wasn't available last year, you'd probably just pencil in a loss. But then you also throw in DeGoey out, Myercheck out. They're significant outs, but it doesn't hurt me to the soul as much as what it has done in the past. So that shows better signs. I'm going to take out my retainers. Because I cannot speak for shit, even when I don't have them in. So I'm going to take them out. So just bear with me. This is really attractive, by the way. Nearly there. All right, ready? Yeah, these new retainers, they're tight. Anyways, hopefully I can talk properly for at least 45 minutes to an hour now and don't sound like a complete nuffy who has a tongue-tied mouth. Mikali says, we won a game after a 4-day break in 2023. Anzac Day going into Adelaide away could be wrong. Look, I'll take your word for it, Mikali. And even if it's not right, we'll take it in as a false hope. Melissa says, a bit nervous about tomorrow night's game with all our outs. Hopefully we can get the win. I see what you're saying, and maybe I probably accentuated those feelings for our fans in the match preview that I did. I may have seen a little bit like Debbie Downer type of thing, but it's just a danger game. More, not because of, for me, it's not a danger game because of the outs we have. It's more so to do with the way Fremantle lost and the reaction in game tomorrow that we should see from them. There's just no way they don't respond and have an almighty crack. And beyond the Western Derby between Fremantle and West Coast, you'd be hard-pressed to suggest that Fremantle's next biggest match in their fixture isn't against Collingwood in Perth. So you factor all those in. You know what I'm saying? Again, for those of you who are just joining, Charlie West will not be selected, according to Josh Gabelick. He, as we had heard over the last 24 to 48 hours, Westy did not play through the VFL, but also hasn't trained He travelled to Perth, but he has a lingering foot issue, so they're going to wrap him up in cotton wool. Steve-O says, Ed Allen to turn into Patrick Cripps Thursday night. I thought about talking about Ed Allen in the new series, The Pie Watch. If you guys have or haven't seen it, I posted it earlier today. It's pretty much just putting the spotlight on 4 or 5 players who I just want to talk about going into certain games, talk about some really good things that they've been doing, talk about what I hope we can see from them, and maybe some things that we don't want to see or have been seeing and would like to eradicate from their game. So I did that today. I enjoyed it. Sort of took me back to my days last year where I was scouring through all the stats and trying to put 2 and 2 together. So that was a bit of fun. I didn't include Ed Allen in it in the end because, yeah, I am being patient with him. I don't want to expect too much from Ed Allen tomorrow. If he plays good, it's a bonus in my eyes. Giga Chad, Sigma, think Fly's playing mind games, make Freo think he's not playing, and then bam, he's in. That'd be an ultimate chess move, eh? Yeah, that would be funny. That would be, yeah. Yep, I like it. Melissa says, I love Pie Watch, Anthony. Keep it going. Thank you. I'll certainly continue to do it. Seems like it's been well received thus far, so we'll keep it going. Paul Stevens says, I get a feeling Dockers go hard for a couple of quarters. Thousands of games of experience missing from the Pies. 1,000 games of experience is missing from the Pies this game. The key will not be letting them build too much of a lead. Well, the fact of the matter is, Paul, is Collingwood are the most experienced side in the competition, but on the complete other end of the ladder, in terms of age and experience, is Fremantle. They are the least experienced team in the league, and they are the youngest team in the league. So yeah, that makes me wonder, like, is the criticism they get, is it warranted? Should they be playing better than what they are? Should they be more consistent than where they're at right now, given they are still the youngest team in the comp? Mick, can you give a shout out to my wife? She's nagging about me always listening to you during dinner time. Her name is May. May, please excuse Mick's absence or a lack of attention towards you throughout the weekdays, particularly from 5:45 to say 7. I promise you, before and after that, his undivided attention will be all yours. But in this time, he's all mine. Lance says, in Melbourne, easy win, but this is not easy. Nah, certainly not. Certainly not easy. Andrea says, haha, Mick, my missus is exactly the same. To your missus too then, Andreas, huh? Mike says, the hunger to stay in the AFL level, the ones whom will play on behalf of those managed have to show our hunger and passion. We have to do a number on them. If the like the Saints have, we have to respond. Yep. Next man up. What we'll do is, sorry guys, some of you are asking, Ben, you're asking about when the teams get released. Normally, which I'm a bit off right now. Typically, I'll have a timer set up for when teams are supposed to get released. I think we're 6:20, it's 5:56. We're 24 minutes away, so that should... Yeah. Okay, so we're 24 minutes away. So there's a countdown there, which normally is there at the start of the stream. So that's your reference points. That is when the teams will be out. Andreas, if you like, come jump on, come have a chat. I'm just about to jump into Discord, so if anybody wants to have a chat, we'll try, get it through till about 6:20, and then we'll go from there. And if you want the link, guys, it's pinned. If you're already in the server, you know where to go. There's a voice channel. Let me sort this out. Restart capture, bang. Pies footy. Oh, Manny's here. He's waiting already. 1 second. How do I unmute you, bro? Ella.
Ella.
Yo. Ella, Manny, you've been waiting for me already.
Yeah, I'm the first one up all the time.
Bro, you're quick. You're quick. You ready to go?
Hello there. Let's go, mate. What are you doing?
Are you G'd up or what?
Yeah, I'm ready to go, bro.
Nah.
Dinner?
You need to fire. You need to fire up.
Dinner, ready? I'm fired up, buddy. I'm taking it easy till tomorrow night. As soon as it hits 5 o'clock, I'll start getting edgy, buddy. I'll start getting edgy. You get edgy?
Keep your hands off.
Nah, I'm not edgy in that way. They're edgy with the game. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Tell me something. Tell me something.
Charlie West won't be debuting. I think you like the sound of that. Wait for him to get back to Melbourne.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea, mate. Good idea.
I'm confident. Like even with the outs, I'm confident. I'm not naive, but it's just fucking fight, bro. Just fight.
Just fight, mate. That's it. They got no excuses, mate. I don't want to hear if we lose. I don't want to hear. Oh, we rested our players. This and that, mate. They as we spoke about yesterday. They're younger than us.
Yeah.
We just gotta give effort. As we said, mate. As long as the boys go out there, right, and chase and run and tackle, right.
Yep.
We can't blame them. You can't blame them. If they go out there and they fight and they hunt, right, we can't blame them. Hopefully we get the win because we don't want to go down. We don't want to lose 2 in a row. You know what I mean?
100%.
We've got no choice. We have to, as we spoke about yesterday, we have to rest our players. Otherwise, we're gambling. We don't want to be gambling with our guns. You know what I mean?
What if we do lose? I'm just saying, like you already know what the repercussions are going to be on Media Street, right? What are they going to say?
What are they going to say?
If we lose, what are they going to say?
I've already heard them.
You've been there, done that, huh?
Yeah, they're talking about. They're saying that we are. They're saying that we're disrespecting Fremantle.
Right.
We're disrespecting Fremantle because we're resting players. Hey, first of all, we're still playing AFL list of players. That's why you got 44 players on the AFL list, right? So you can play. So you can play. Right, so you can play AFL list of players that are on the fringe. Second of all, it's not our fault, right, that every other club's shit, right, and they can't get their list in order, right, because our club does the right thing and we get depth, right? Why is it our fault that we've got the option of resting players? It's like now, if we pick up 3 gun, right, if we pick up 3 gun players from other clubs and we just win 5 premierships in a row, what are they going to say? Oh, Collingwood's got the best team, right? It's unfair. We can't beat them. No, they've got to say Collingwood's a good club. They make good decisions, right? That's why they're winning. That's why they're getting players to their club.
Yeah. You know, you have to say though, it's going to be quite a mindfuck for Fremantle right now. They've like mentally prepared. All right, we're coming up against Collingwood. It's back against the Wolves. Now it's a bit of a mindfuck because we do have those players, mate. I have a feeling that's what they'd be thinking, but they're not going to admit that.
Yeah, it might be a good thing. Might be a good thing for us. That might take us a bit. That might take us lightly. Well, when teams come out and they don't take you seriously.
But we're not favourites, man.
They don't give that extra. They don't give that extra 1% because they think they're better than us, right? And they get complacent, and that's when you run all over them. Okay. We still got guns in the team, man. We've got guns in the team. When are you bringing in? What kind of players are we bringing in? We still got guns in the side. Our midfield's strong. Our defence is strong. And our forward lines is thin.
Did you watch Pie Watch today?
What do you mean?
Did you watch the new series that I posted? I talked about Tim Membry. So it's a new series.
Yeah, big mistake. I didn't watch it. Big mistake that Malaki you done today.
Why?
I got dirty with you.
Why?
I got dirty with you.
What? The Play Watch?
The Player Watch, yeah.
What's dirty?
You know what I said to myself?
Yeah.
You know what I said to myself?
Go on.
Look at the Malaka, what he just did now. Anthony, the Oriental, look what he just did now. He's gonna get. How's gonna get 5 goals kicked on him this weekend?
Oh, you reckon I'll put the juju on him?
You cursed him, there. You cursed him, bro. You cursed him. Now it should be right, bro. Hey, you put it this way: if we lose this game, right, we got to make sure that we beat the Crows, mate. You don't want to be dropping 3 in a row. That's just ridiculous.
Hmm. Hey,
I'm pretty
listen.
confident.
Listen.
Yeah.
7 News has just announced that Charlie West has been named.
He's been named as what? Emergency.
Malaka, he's in the team.
And who's gone out?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. I suppose we'll find out in about 17 minutes and 18 seconds.
Well, look on Twitter or something and see if his parents got invited to the ground there.
I don't know.
What are they going to do? Fly up tomorrow?
We'll find out, man. Hey, listen to this. So, Peter G in the chat. I see you, Peter G. I've figured out, and I think with the help of Jen on Twitter, Eastern Rangers overage defender Rod Ali is set to play for the VFL Pies this weekend after training with the squad, per Cal Twomey. Ex-basketballer, athletic medium defender has committed to football for the first time this pre-season. So, there you go. Perhaps a mid-season draft prospect, along with the likes of like Josh Brown, Riley Mason, Kruger's been mentioned. There you go.
Oh, the more players we can get in, the better. So you're telling me West has been named inside the team?
I don't know if Giga Chad is taking a piss because he's a bit of a troll sometimes. You got a few malakias in the chat, you know what I mean?
That means there's an injury. The only way West got in, right, is if there's an injury. Cox has gone down, right, or Membry's gone down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they've got to pull out a forward. They have to pull out a forward, right, to bring in West, a key forward. Unless they've dropped Cox and they brought West in to chip hit, and they're going to get Membry to chip hit in the ruck in the forward 50.
They could also get Billy Frampton in the D50 to do it.
Yeah, but you can do that as well.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah, but then if that happens, then another player has to cover a defender.
Correct.
Because he's in the ruck.
Well, to be fair, DC he does do it in the back line anyway. So.
Oh well, hopefully we get the job done, right? And hopefully, if West plays this weekend, good on the kid. I wish him all the best, right? If he doesn't debut in Melbourne, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
As long as he kicks 5 goals, we're laughing.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
All right, buddy.
All right, we'll find out in 15 minutes. All right.
What's your brother? Your brother gets edgy on game day, huh?
Yeah, he gets locked in, bro. I'll be with him tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll block his picture. I'll block his profile picture, and I'll suss him out. He's got the mean streak in him.
He's got the tatuá, the brazza.
Yeah, he's got the mean streak in him. Be careful.
Yeah.
Don't sit too close to him when you're watching the footy. He's got the mean streak. I'm a good judge of character. I can pick up on.
You're right. I'm gonna show him this after the stream, and he'll be like, "Fuck, this guy knows."
Yeah, good judge of character, mate.
That's it.
Yeah, be careful. I think he's got a bit more aggression than you. I think you're more calm. I think he's got a short fuse.
The yin and the yang, Remani, you know.
Yeah.
Was that? What about
maybe give him
What about the complexion?
Huh?
What about the contrast and complexion with your brother, like in your upbringing?
Yeah, my brother's older than me.
Yeah, so was he the hothead or you're the hothead?
Yeah, but your brother, I'm the hothead. We're both hotheads. Your brother Chris looks older than you. People always say that I look older than my brother.
Yeah.
But Chris looks like the older one.
Yeah. No, I get that all the time, bro.
Yeah, Chris looks older than you. That's exactly with me and my brother.
Yeah,
my brother looks younger than me.
He'll love that too. He'll love that as well.
All right, bro. Hey, let's get the job done, huh? Let's fucking go up the pies.
Up the pies.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mickles, give me 1 second. C. Okay, yeah. Brendan, how you going? Dimitrios. Buyisere. New subscriber. Welcome. I hope you're well. Didi Dovoni. Digsby, possibly regarding Ed Allen. Maybe it is Ed Allen and not Charlie West. It wouldn't make sense with Gabelic with what he just posted. But Apopiso Skasere. Mickles. Yo. Here he is.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah. So, interesting game coming up.
Yes.
Interesting game.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah. We do have a lot at stake. 302. So kind of both teams have things at stake. If we go to losses now in a row, that's going to be on the media and that's going to be running. And then not to forget also the loss we also had with the opening round. Then everyone's going to bring all of that up. Freo, on the other hand, already kind of really bad after getting 60 point smashing or something like that against St Kilda. So I know a lot of people are talking about how Freo have to come back and they are a bit afraid of that. I can understand that. But we have to come back firing just as hard, if not harder than that, I reckon, if we are to really solidify ourselves as a top 2 team.
Agreed. Champion side needs to bounce back. I've been saying it all week. If we want to be top 2, we've got to do what Geelong did. They lost. They lost the game they probably would have wanted to win, and they come back against the Pies. They didn't necessarily outplay us off the park, but they won.
No, I even told my roommates who are Geelong supporters who kind of, kept bringing the game up and how good it was. It was a great game, even as a Pies supporter, It was hard to watch for a bit, but, that's just the game. And I don't think we got outplayed because the last 2 minutes, and my friend thought we were outplaying Collingwood, and I said, hold on. The last 4 or 5 minutes, you could argue, technically, we just started out playing you because we were the ones who were actually falling behind. And now I think a lot of people forget that we were now having to play the comeback game against Geelong. And that's not easy. Not against Geelong.
It's exhausting as well, mate.
Yeah. And we almost did it. The fact that they relied on Jack Crisp to miss that goal speaks volumes about the game.
The power is in our hands, my friend.
Yeah. So in hindsight, I can understand now why Craig McRae says it was a win for us in a way.
Yeah.
And it was. That's why I couldn't really feel bad about the game. I know some people do. The robbery and all that, umpire calls. Looking back at it, we had the last shot at goal. But regardless, Freo is the game right now. So Geelong's finished. That's all done. We lost. So we move on now. Yeah.
It's a weird feeling after that Geelong game. I didn't feel emotionally drained like I have been in the past.
No. It's a different feeling loss. It's a different one. I don't feel sad, but I don't feel too happy because, we still lost officially. We don't get the 4 points and all of the 2, even if it was a draw. So it's a weird loss.
Yeah, I feel like most teams, Mick, if they lost in that fashion, they'd be flat as a tack.
Yeah. I don't know about Freo, but a lot of teams who would have not come back. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Collingwood. Well, we'll see how we go against Freo.
Brendan Rao says kicking straight would be nice, of course. Did you see that stat line in the VFL? Collingwood's VFL side are the most accurate side in their respective competition. It'd be nice if that could
If
translate to
that
AFL level.
Yeah. Uh in a way, yes, that would be nice. But if you bring that into perspective now, look, like for example, if you look at the games we've played, if that was a bit more accurate, like against Brisbane, we would have probably smashed them a lot further. Same thing with Sydney, Carlton. You know, those games we would have won by even way more percent. And it would have been nothing but percentage booster games. But then again, like that's just the name of the game. Every team is like that. You can't really just say it'd be nice. I mean, at the end of the day, you can improve that by training.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Repetition training.
Yeah. So Dimitrios in the chat says, in the fourth quarter, the umpires gave them the momentum. And then Brendan says, we need to be so far in front that umpires don't matter. And
yes,
that is such a good point.
That's
because we're going to Fremantle, man. Like, and we know what happened last year with the umpires, and we're going into a hostile crowd. More than likely, they'll get the rub of the green. So, yeah, almost expect decisions to go against you and the free kick count to outweigh against our favour, and just kick goals. Just kick goals. Kick goals.
We've had games where the umpires did base other teams to the side. You could argue a side again from the Bulldogs game. The others, I believe, we did have the umpires slightly still edging against us, and we still managed to put teams away.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to play that level of footy again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be easy with now the 4 or 5 players that are managed are big names. Especially the talk about De Goey, I understand. But ever since Manny's brought up his points and, you know, having to hear also everyone else's perspective, and I'm watching your videos as well today and the points you've made, I think, yes, we definitely still need De Goey. It's not even a question at this point whether we should drop him or anything. We still need him, but maybe just hopefully after this week we condition him to play next week better.
That's it. Mick, thanks for jumping on, brother. I've got to move on to Boom. I've got a couple minutes before the teams get announced.
Yeah. All right, you're up, Boomer.
Thanks,
Go
Mick.
Pies.
Go Pies.
How it's all going. So the teams are up in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I think De Goey being removed and the other 3, well, they're all sore. We always cop a beating after Geelong games. I just seem to remember that. But I don't know. De Goey's carrying something, mate, and I reckon it might be something more serious I don't want to let on you, like a cracked vertebrae or something they won't disclose because they just don't want the opposition to know, because his form's not good and the club's quiet. There's got to be something deeper involved. That's really about it, mate. Yeah.
So you suspect that there's an underlying injury that we don't know about?
Yes, exactly. And I'm thinking it's something deeper, like maybe a hairline fracture somewhere, or you know what I mean? Because there's been no specialist, let's just give him this much, like all the fitness staff do, like they do with Kidshaw, those other guys. The fact that he went away to this specialist, then came back, then he's on again, off again, goes out, form terrible. I think he's either scared he's going to pull a muscle, and I'd rather, you know, from his own head point of view, you get out there, you injure it. You know, like if your leg's fractured, you'd rather break it than let it heal than keep being tentative on a fractured leg. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that wishing the worst on him, but poor De Goey, I mean, the guy is less popular than a fucking beef Wellington in Leongatha right now. And that's really sad for Geordie, because, I mean, the guy's human and he's a superstar, and there's been nothing more frustrating than being a superstar and not performing. I've never been one, so I don't know, but that's got to fuck your head up, hasn't it?
Yeah, so Mr. Flying Pies in the chat brings up a good point. Obviously, the fact that De Goey hasn't had continuity in training and game concurrently. He's either been doing one or the other. So I think last week was his first week where he was able to achieve a full training full training week and a full game. I think you probably need 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of that consistently before you. And like you said, he might be scared of an injury. I don't know if I wouldn't use the word the sentence scared of an injury, but when you don't have power or faith in your body, it just doesn't feel the same on the field. I can tell you that from direct experience. When you're hampered and you don't feel like you have the power in your body, you're all in the back of your mind. Yeah, sure. You actually subconsciously might be a little bit concerned that you might pull something, but I don't think he'd be carrying an injury. He's if we want to go by Fly's mantra this year, he's not going to play players that are fit to play. He's going to play players that are fit to perform.
Yeah, yep, I do agree there. And look, on that note, so that particular mantra means it's open for the young guys. It's open slather.
Yep.
I hope. You remember last year that guy who basically came on as a sub for like 2 minutes? We were talking about, was that last year or the year before? But to bring a player on just for the last 2 minutes of a game to sub, that's got to fuck your head up too. Like, who'd want to play? You know, you got a whole warm-up area and you get to the last 2 minutes of a game that was already over. So, but I think the coaching staff and that, look, let's get down to it. It's managing fitness and players' abilities, but it's also, I think AFL is more anxiety performance than a lot of other things. And we don't talk about that. We look at them as they're professional sportsmen, get over it, it's in your head. But are you anxious when you go out to play soccer? I know I am. When I go to bowl my first ball, I'm thinking, oh, where have I going to get it? Oh, I got it on the spot. Beauty, I don't have to adjust anything. I bowled the first ball a bit short. Oh, now I've got to increase my length. Oh, now I increased it too far. Now I'm bowling right. Now I'm bowling left. And each time you get it wrong, you get worse. And so your confidence drops. And I think DeGoey, he's a good player, guys. We need him. He's our man. We just got to give him a few weeks and not want to fucking sell him too early. People want to fucking sell him to other clubs. But anyway.
No, that's true. That's true. Anxiety is obviously performance anxiety is a real thing in pretty much every sport. And I hope that his lack of confidence isn't mounting performance anxiety in his game. But Boomer, we've got to keep it rolling. The team's about to come out, so we'll get into that.
All right, mate.
Thanks, Boomer. All right, share screen, bang, and then we'll go. Where's Mini-Me? Small ZVE10, where are ya? Yep, I'm coming, guys. Bear with me. That's not the one we want, is it? That's the one we want. Okay, put you there. And then we just, pretty much from here, we just refresh, don't we? We just press refresh. Let me make this smaller. Go here. Here. So we know Charlie West won't be selected according to the tweet. What we might also do is we could even go the website, the Collingwood website. We'll go to the Collingwood website. Any updates here? Nope. Nothing here. What about here? All right, here we go. And as expected, we have Jeremy Howe in, Ed Allen in, Lockie Sullivan in, Oleg Markov in, no Charlie West, Braden Maynard out, Jordan DeGoey out, Myercheck out, Pendlebury out. Any significant outs? I mean, obviously Hayden Young is huge out for Fremantle. Do they have any good ins? I mean, these all just seem like fringe/role players, if I'm not mistaken. Anything of note here? Charlie West is an emergency. William Hayes is an emergency, as too is Charlie Dean. Charlie Dean was was Collingwood's best player in the VFL on the weekend gone by. Will Hayes is playing well, and Charlie West is an emergency. I suppose even if someone did fall out of the team, I don't know if Charlie West would be put in due to his foot injury. I'd imagine it'd be one of these two. Perhaps Will Hayes before anyone. But I'm just looking here. As far as subs are concerned, you could probably roll the dice between Will Hoskin-Elliott and Oleg Markov, I think. Nah, I think Oleg Markov with Bruzzy out, I think, to be fair, I think Oleg Markov would be the sub. Would start. So, there's a few players you can definitely toss up here. I'd probably put my money on Ed Allen being the sub. And if not Ed Allen, then I'm tipping Will Hoskin-Elliott. I want to see Sullivan start based on how he's been performing, and I think Oleg Markov has deserved an opportunity. And without Bruzzy Maynard, we are a little bit shorter in the back line. Markov is like 6'1", 6'2", so that will help. So that's that. Yeah, Murphy Reid and Jai Miss won't play for the Dockers, Peter, you reckon? So Murphy Reid is listed at the moment, and Jai Miss is also listed. but you're suggesting there might be late changes, so maybe they bring in like an Oscar McDonald and a Narkle, something like that. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to head off to training. I will see you tomorrow for the pre-game show. I'm not too sure what time I'll be doing that. I'm hoping maybe like 4:30, 5, and then we'll be back for the post-game show. It'll be a late night post-game show because of the game in Perth. And as always, thanks for joining me tonight and sticking around.